Hello everybody, welcome back to the video. This video is a long anticipated video. This is going to be an update to my professions guide. My last professions guide was a very well received video, but it is unfortunately out of date now because quite a few things have changed with professions, mainly in how you get the materials, but the rest is pretty much the same. But we're still going to go over how I managed to get to Meister Accessory crafting, Meister Smithing, and how you can get to Meister Alchemy as well. I'm on the way there, and I'm going to tell you why all of these things are important, every single thing that you need to know, and the recommended way that I would go about it. Of course, if this is a video that helped you out, definitely be sure to subscribe. It helps me out so much, and I would really appreciate it. Of course, come to the live stream as well, where you could see me play the game live, interact with the community in real time, and join the Discord if you need anything. With that all being said, let's lay the groundwork first. So why do you want Meister Smithing, Meister Accessory crafting, Meister Alchemy? All right, first of all, let's actually talk about how you even get to Ardent Mail. So it literally in any town, if you press this drop down, go to Ardent Mail, boom. So this is the professions town, and this is where you enhance your professions, or you could think of them as like life skills in other games, stuff like that. Getting your professions up is really useful because it allows you to craft some good things that help you out with your gear or give you more damage. Mainly Meister Smithing and Meister Accessory crafting. Meister Alchemy really isn't that useful, but if you want to get it, it's fine. It's just not important at all, to be honest with you. So when you get Meister Smithing, you will unlock a skill in your beginner tab called Advanced Weapon Tempering, and it gives you 5% crit damage. It will also unlock it for practice mode on bosses, and 5% crit damage is pretty good. Like, this is a pretty good buff for when you boss, and this could be the difference. Accessory crafting, this is probably the most important one because it allows you to craft this item over here called a Meister ring. And Meister rings are actually really important because they actually have really good stats. You can get a lot of them, which is really good, so you get it to really high star force, and of course it could get to legendary and roll good potentials as well. It's just a really good ring to have access to, whether it's for training gear or for damage gear. You can even use it to transfer to superior Golux ring. So long story short, it's really useful to have Meister Accessory crafting. Meister Alchemy, really what it's only useful for is creating these like boss rush potions, but honestly you don't really need these. The advanced boss rush potions as well, you don't really need these as well, because when you are bossing in this game you will get something called a sparkling red potion, which is the exact same thing but lasts for 2 hours, and you'll just get this for free from bossing. So you don't really need Meister Alchemy, but I'm going to go over how I would recommend getting all of these things. The next part to this is we need to talk about how you are going to get your materials. If you haven't noticed already, whenever you want to craft something, there's a bunch of materials you need to get, and there's a lot of different materials on this game that you will need to get, like just a bunch of random stuff from a bunch of different places. But I'm going to tell you the 2 most recommended ways for you to get your materials. The first way, and I think everybody should be doing this, is through auto harvest. So if you don't have auto harvest unlocked, make sure you talk to these NPCs, and when you talk to them you will unlock auto harvest. All you have to do is press your star tab on the left side of the screen and click on auto harvest system. I'm going to go over this so it doesn't look a little too scary. So basically what this is this guy will get materials for you every single day, and you don't have to do anything. All you have to do is stay logged in, make sure you press the start button, choose what level farm you have, and we'll talk about that in a second. And after 4 hours of being logged in and after pressing start, you will collect a bunch of items. There are also little missions that you could do to speed up this process a little bit, and these missions are just stuff that you do every day, like daily bosses, monster park, kill mobs, and that's it. And then after 4 hours you can press claim and you will get a ton of random materials. This is highly recommended. I would do it basically every single time you log into the game. Just make sure you start your auto harvest. 4 hours later you can pick up the resources. Now make sure you pick up the resources before reset. If you turn it on before reset and then you don't claim it before reset, all of the materials will just turn into coins, and you can only take the coins and you won't get the materials. So when you press start, it's going to ask you what level farm do you want to do: novice, intermediate, advanced, or expert. Now which one should you do? I would say you should do the novice farm for about a week or something. Like the first week of the game, just do novice harvesting. The reason why you want to do novice harvesting is because when you are trying to level up your professions, you are going to start at really low level. Like for example, herbalism here is level 1, mining is level 6, and then these are Meister, which is the highest level. Depending on what level profession you have, it unlocks different recipes. So for example, if I wanted to make a Meistering, you can see here required level M, meaning I had to be Meister to get this ring. But if I wanted to craft this random ring over here, required level 1, or this one required level 2. So as you increase your level, you will unlock more and more recipes. But the lower level stuff has very cheap materials, but these cheap materials, you can only get it from low level harvesting. So you want to start with the low level harvesting until you are a higher level, until you are level like maybe 6, maybe level 8, maybe level 7 or 5. Like once you level up your professions across the board, alchemy, accessory crafting, smithing, then you can move up, and then you could start doing the expert harvesting, which is what I'm doing. And then you just do the expert harvesting every single day after that. The next thing that you need to know is the materials that you get. You're going to have to talk to these two from auto harvest. They're going to give you a bunch of materials. The auto harvesting is going to give you like raw materials as well, and it's going to give you refined materials. So what that means is, for example, this Ori Halcon plate, right? This is a refined material, so I could actually make stuff with it. But you're also going to get the ores. You're going to get like the raw ores that you're going to have to refine yourself. You're going to get both. So you want to familiarize yourself with these two over here on the bottom right, mining and herbalism, because with this, you're going to be able to turn your ores into the actual refined material. So for example, I got a bunch of opal ores from auto harvest. So now I could turn it into actual opals, and then I could craft stuff with the opals. You see what I mean? So make sure you're always checking this, because this happens so many times where you're thinking like, oh, I just need this one material, and you might not realize that you actually have the material on you. It's just an ore, and then you have to refine it. So make sure you always check this, scroll down the list, see what you can craft. Like see garnets, if I needed garnets, like I actually have 28 here, but I don't really have actual garnets. I just have the ores. And if you don't know where to buy like the molds and stuff, it's just this vendor over here. You can buy every mold and every like additional crafting recipe here, like the abrasives and the bottles. You can buy them all here. So now that you know about auto harvest and you know about turning your ores into refined materials, let's talk about the auto harvest shop. So when you get materials from auto harvest, you also get coins. This UI is a little bit bugged, but basically just like click something and it'll tell you if you can buy it or not. It's pretty stupid, to be honest with you. And I would generally save my coins to get these selector pouches. Now these selector pouches, mineral selector pouch and herb selector pouch, they will just straight up give you any refined material that you want. Like let's say you want to buy, like let's say you want opals or diamonds, or you want like juniper berry seed oils, whatever it is, you can just straight up get it and you get 5 of that item. So you don't get that many, you only get 5, but this can come in clutch if you need just a little bit of something. Now these mysterious pouches are actually pretty good too when you are low level, because when you're low level, you just need any material, and these mysterious pouches just give you a random material, but they could give you a lot of the material. They could give you like up to 30 of it. So I would say these are also worth buying when you're low level on your professions. Now, if you actually want to level your professions pretty fast and you don't want to do it the slow and steady way that I honestly recommend most people do, you should get to doing your Mushroom Shrine prequest and do your Threads of Fate. Now, for me, I only did Threads of Fate and I only have 2 characters, which means that I can only get 1 of the pouches that I want. But if I had 3 characters, I would be able to get the mineral pouches as well. So basically how Threads of Fate works is whenever you talk to somebody after 50 closeness, if you want to get their closest up, you have to talk to them or gift them. After you press the ask button, you're going to give the person a random prompt. So for example, it says go to Genesis and do 18 somersaults in a row. So this is useless. There are some prompts in the game that will actually give you a massive amount of resources. Like if I were to ask Takena over here, I press ask on her, it says chop wood. If it says chop wood, gather herbs, mine minerals, gather ores, any of those 4, that's a really good one, and you should make sure you do it. And then after 30 minutes, I'm gonna have to wait. See, it says come back in 30 minutes. You will get pouches, those same pouches that you could buy in the shop. So for example, chop wood will give me these suspicious herb pouches, and these herb pouches will give me a ton of resources. So for example, let's say I just opened the herb pouch. I got a bunch of these. Open the next one, got a bunch of these. Open the next one, got these again. And now I got this one. So you could see that I got a lot of the herb resources because of the herb pouches. There's also the ore pouches that will give you a lot of minerals and stuff too, which you can get from Threads of Fate. You will get a massive amount of materials if you do this, but the setup process can take a long time. It could take potentially weeks to get the correct dialogue from these characters because you have to try every single single day until you get the correct dialogue. But if you already have Threads of Fate set up and stuff like that, then this could be a great way of doing materials. Honestly, doing auto harvest every single day will be enough. Like, you'll get enough stuff just from doing auto harvest every single day. I don't recommend trying to get Meister professions just within one day. Like, it's just too much stuff that you're gonna have to get, and it's better if you just do it slowly over time, over the course of like 2 weeks or 3 weeks. Another really useful thing for professions is talking to this guy. Now, you don't actually have to do any of his quests. As long as you talk to him and he gives you the task of killing 1,000 mobs, then that's good enough, because after you kill the 1,000 mobs, you will have access to the bottom right area, but you have to make sure you stop your auto harvest first. So once you have access to the bottom right area, you can go into these like patch maps and you could just straight up go mine stuff yourself. Now, this is very slow, and honestly, I don't really recommend doing it, but if you just need a little bit of resources, like they just need like maybe 1 or 2 raw materials left and you're just about to tier up, then sure, go ahead and do this, right? But it does take a while. Like, you're gonna have to sit here, do the little like arrow mini game, and then mine something. And you can see I just got a bunch of raw ores. These black veins are pretty useful for later, but yeah, it takes a long time. Again, like, I would just wait until auto harvest gives you everything. All right, so let's talk about what you're going to actually craft. So I had to lay all of that foundation out there because it's really important to know where to get all of the resources and how all of these systems work. So now let's talk about what you actually need to make to climb Meister and what I made personally. So first, let's talk about smithing. Now, for smithing, the first like 10 levels, you just make arrows. Like, that's literally it. Just make these level 40 arrows, then make the level 70 arrows, then make the level 100 arrows. So when you craft something, there's going to be something called fatigue, which is this top bar over here. Like, if I were to craft this, for example, my fatigue will go up. And then once the fatigue maxes out, that's pretty much it. I got to wait until reset for it to zero out again, and then I'll be able to craft more stuff. So you can't infinitely craft things. You could pay money in the cash shop. It's like $2 to reset your fatigue, but just wait till reset. There's also an event shop item called like a fatigue revitalizer or something that resets it like halfway. You could do that as well, but like I said, and like I keep saying in this video, it's better to just do all of this slowly over time instead of trying to force it quickly. But yeah, just keep crafting arrows. Every single time you craft these arrows at low level, you will also get mastery, and whenever your mastery bar fills up, you have to talk to the NPC and then press increase smithing level, and you keep doing this until you're level 10. It's very, very simple. Just keep doing it with the arrows. The next thing that you're gonna have to do to get to level 11, basically, which is basically master craftsman, which is not the same as Meister. If you want to get to master, you're gonna want to craft timeless shoes. Now, these timeless shoes, how are you gonna get the materials for them? You can see you need dark crystals and you need black crystals. These are the 2 bottlenecks, but you will get these from doing auto harvest or from doing Threads of Fate. So you'll get a bunch of these just by doing those. If you don't have them, then you can use the coins from auto harvest to also get the mineral selector pouch and then just straight up buy them. You don't know how to get rocks of time? Well, if you want to get rocks of time, make sure you're doing your daily bosses. So daily bosses also can give you materials. If you do, I believe, Pink Bean or maybe Arcarium, it's one of those 2 bosses. I think it's Pink Bean. Every single day, you will get a lot of rocks of time. And you want to craft these shoes. You see how it says mastery plus 1400? I already have Meister, so I don't need any mastery, but you're going to craft these shoes until you reach Master Craftsman. Master Craftsman looks like this. It's like the blue craftsman. And then you're going to need the final push all the way to Meister. And to be completely honest with you, the best way to do that is to craft these magic whetstones. Now, to get the materials for the magic whetstones, you're going to need superior item crystals, twisted time, and grand spell essence. Grand spell essence, you get it from farming. So again, it's really good to do your professions slow and consistently because you're not going to be able to get a lot of these. You will get a lot of these if you go farm. If you are training your character, you will get a lot of these. Twisted time, same thing. If you are training your character, you'll get a lot of these. You also get them from bossing, I believe. Superior item crystals, and I should have mentioned this earlier, advanced item crystals, you're going to need a lot of these. Advanced item crystals and superior item crystals. I'm going to show you how to get them, and this process is slow, but it is really like the best way to do it. So this process will be a lot faster if you have drop gear, which again goes back to what I was saying. You don't want to approach this if you are unprepared. Then you're going to go to the Maple world, press Ludus Lake at the top, fantasy theme world, and then go to Extreme Station 3. When you kill these monsters at Extreme Station 3, they will drop must spell gear. It's like the little pink equips, like these little pink gear, this Muspel gear. Literally fill up your entire inventory. You can see that my inventory is filling up kind of quick with them because I have drop gear. And there's actually a lot of mobs in this map, so you could fill up your inventory pretty quickly, right? So I'm just going to fill up my items here with Muspel gear, and we're going to go back to town. The next thing that you could do, if you have at least level 6 on any of the professions, but if you did the arrow tech to get to smithing 10, you could press this extract button and just extract all of this Muspel gear. All this Muspel gear, just extract all of it. Anything that you don't need, just extract it, right? I'm just going to extract all of these items. I don't need any of this stuff. And I'm going to press extract. And when you see that I press extract, boom, I just got superior item crystals, philosopher stones, and advanced item crystals. Even the intermediate crystals can be useful. Basic item crystal. This is how you get your crystals, is by extracting gear. So you're going to have to repeat this process a lot of times. You're going to have to just keep going to this map over and over and over again, filling up your inventory with Muspel gear and then disenchanting it, or extracting it, I mean. It takes a long time. Like, I was doing it for like 2 hours or something just to get barely enough materials. Like, you're gonna have to do that for a while, but that's how you get the materials to craft everything that you need for smithing. Now, the reason why you want to make whetstones to get to Meister is because you actually need these whetstones to even use the advanced weapon tempering skill that gives you 5 crit damage. You need to use 2 whetstones. You see at the bottom it says consumes 2 magic whetstones, so you need to actually craft these anyways just to get to Meister. So you might as well craft these to get here anyways, because you need a bunch of them anyways. So that's how you get to Meister Smithing. Now, next up, accessory crafting. What did I do to get to Meister accessory crafting? When I was on the way up, like starting from level 1, I just made these dog shit rings. I just spammed the hell out of any rings that I can make. These like low level rings, whether it was dead shot ring, defense ring, swift ring, any random ring that I was able to create with the materials that I had from auto harvest, that's what I made. Like, you can see I still have random materials left, like emerald, these dead shot rings as well, intelligence rings, luck rings. I just have all this random stuff, and I used all of these to get to all the way to level 10. Now, what about at level 10 when you are master, which again looks like this little craftsman's symbol, the blue one? What do you do to get to level master? Like, how do you do that? So this is like honestly the hardest part, is I crafted these rings, these swift dead shot rings. I crafted a ton of these. So again, these things cost dark crystals, which you're gonna need a lot of. I wouldn't recommend crafting these ones because they cost 2 per craft. I just spammed these ones, these swift deadshot rings, because they only costed 1. But the annoying part is they cost 10 advanced item crystals. So remember this whole like extreme station 3 thing that I was talking about? To get the advanced item crystals, I had to go farm a ton of these. But honestly, I think it's the best way to get here. Another really good thing that you can do to craft is making these shoulders, these wise noble pauldrons. You see these shoulders that cost advanced item crystals, power crystals, rock of time. These shoulders are very good to craft as well, but the problem is you're gonna need a lot of rock of times. So if you've been playing the game for a while and you've been doing pink bean for a long time, maybe on multiple characters, and you have a lot of rocks of times, that's fine. But if you're on a new account or a new character, you're not gonna have a lot of these because you can't actively go farm them. You have to kill pink bean, whereas all the other materials, I could farm them. Seal skin, I'm gonna show you how you get seal skin real quick. You're gonna want to open your map, go to Aqua Road, and it's one map to the left, killing these things called freezers. Once you kill them, you're gonna see that in your ETC tab over here, you're gonna have the seal skin. So that's how you get the seal skins. You have to go to this map and then kill these guys. So for accessory crafting, that's what I would recommend doing. I would craft these shoulders that require 3 rocks of time and seal skin, or I would craft these rings that cost 1 dark crystal and give you 900 mastery. That's what I did until I reached Master Craftsman. So now what do you do for the last final push to reach Meister Craftsman? So the best way to do it is by making face accessories. So these face accessories over here, gray warrior Meister symbol, gray magician Meister symbol, gray archer Meister symbol, thief, pirate. You should make all of these, or honestly any one of these. It doesn't really matter which one you make, but just any one of these. You could see that it gives you 5,324 mastery per craft, which is actually a lot. And the material cost, if you have been going to Extreme Station 3 and disenchanting your stuff, you're going to have a lot of philo stones and you're going to have a lot of superior item crystals. And these basic balances, you just get them from training. So again, like I keep saying, saying this whole video, this is infinitely easier if you are a character that is already decently progressed. Like you have your Mesa drop gear, you've been training, you've been doing your auto harvest every single day. But you're gonna have to craft these gray thief symbols or gray any class symbol, right? You're gonna have to craft the gray symbols, these level 80 ones. So they're gonna cost emeralds or dex crystals, one or the other. So craft as many of these as you can. Again, you get these materials by doing auto harvest or threads of fate. Intermediate item crystals. If you need a lot of these and you don't know how to get it, this is a good way of doing it. I'm gonna show you real quick. It's kind of expensive, but I think it's worth it. So you're gonna go to Ariant. This is just what I thought of. There might be a better way, but this is just like what I thought of. You're gonna talk to this guy Zaid over here, weapon seller, and you're just gonna buy a bunch of level 60 weapons. So whatever this cheapest level 60 weapon is, you can get this weapon, Forget Me Not Memorial Staff, the Lin weapon. Buy it, and then once you have a bunch of these, here, I'll buy a bunch. You're gonna press extract, and then once you extract them, you're gonna see I got a bunch of intermediate item crystals. So this is an easy way of getting them because you could just straight up buy it. Essentially, you could trade mesos for it. And then once you crafted these like gray archer symbols, make sure you craft the Meister version that is required for this craft, and just craft a bunch of these, and then you'll get to Meister accessory crafting. So honestly, it's not that bad. And then once you're Meister accessory crafting, you can craft the Meistering. So now we know about smithing, and now we know about accessory crafting. So let's talk about alchemy. So the most important thing for alchemy is getting it to level 10. You don't need to get alchemy higher than level 10. The reason why you want alchemy level 10 is so that you can craft WAPs and EAPs, EXP accumulation potion and wealth acquisition potion. These are two extremely important items, and this is why you need alchemy at level 10. Higher than level 10 is unnecessary. Like, you really don't need it at all. The way that I leveled my accessory crafting is just through literally any, I know it sounds so stupid, but I crafted literally anything that I could craft. Anything that didn't cost juniper berry seed oils, because you need these for the WAPs and the EAPs. So never use these to craft anything other than wealth acquisition potion or EXP accumulation potion. But literally any other resource I had through auto harvesting, I just spammed it. Like, I just spammed literally anything. All this random potions, all these random buff potions. Like, I'm telling you, I just spammed anything that gave me mastery, and that's it. Now, something that people like doing is they like doing the defense potion tech, because you can turn a defense potion into like an advanced defense potion if you have the material, and then you could just like keep going back and forth. But I'm just gonna tell you, like, just craft anything. Like, it literally doesn't matter. As long as you are doing auto harvesting or your threads of fate, you will have materials to do this. And then once you are level 10, I'm gonna be completely honest with you, don't even care about getting master or meister. Like, it's just pointless, like, straight up. If you do want to get it, like, why am I master, right? The reason I even got there was just because I crafted so many WAPs. Like, just through naturally playing the game and crafting more and more WAPs from needing to train, it just slowly leveled my alchemy eventually. And I'm probably gonna get to meister naturally, just because I'm gonna run out of WAPs one day and I'm gonna need to craft a bunch of more, because this mastery thing doesn't go down. Just eventually it'll keep going up. But honestly, guys, that's about it. That's really it for professions. It's not as bad as you think. It's really, really important to do it while you are prepared. If you're like a brand new character and you want to get it within your first week, it's going to be hard. I would recommend doing it slowly over time. If you have any questions or advice, definitely leave a comment down below. A lot of people read the comments. Maybe there's something I missed out on. Maybe you think there's a different strategy that's better. For me, I found this to be the best thing that you can do, and honestly, it's very simple. You just do it over time and just make sure you're on top of the auto harvesting. But yeah, if you watched until the end of the video, say the word angel over here, like this shop person, angel. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what kind of videos you want to see next, and I appreciate you guys so much. Have a wonderful day. Shout out to my beautiful members: Blazefire, Shooms, Shagad, Ravi Espa, Koga, Skittles, CKJ, Vampiric X, Fresh and Juicy, Kelvin, Cloud Figs, Trashbot, Henzo, Dylan, Cloudy Quesos, Jason B, Sylvester L, JA, Russell M, Mochi Teddy, Zero Sama, Shredbot, Michael R, and Suna TM. I appreciate you guys so much. If you guys ever want to submit art, put it in the Discord fan art channel, and I'll see you for the next video.